Would we consider Tom Hanks's time on an island pretty shitty? It's not apocalyptic, but it's crappy.
It's got to be apocalyptic.
All right.
He was going through his own apocalypse, but the rest of the world was fine.
He was just mentally talking to us. Wilson! Hi there,
Hey guys.
and welcome back to Film Fridays. Today, we're going to be ranking the top 5 worst apocalyptic movies, atmospheres, worlds to be in.
Yeah, you don't want to be in them.
No, not at all. Number 1 being the worst, number 5 still being pretty bad, but
tolerable.
not as bad. Yeah, exactly. Tolerable. Tolerable.
Yeah, you might live.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just throw out some off the dome hits, right? Immediately, World War Z, I Am Legend, Planet of the Apes. What's that one with the ice?
Are you talking
Day
about
After Tomorrow?
Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow is pretty bad. And that's probably all I got right now.
All right.
More will come, most likely.
Well, I got 2
Okay.
that I didn't tell him beforehand because I wanted to see what you thought.
All right.
The first one, if you guys know, you know, is Waterworld, which is an old
Waterworld.
Kevin Costner movie
Costner.
with long hair, and it's directed by Reynolds. Kevin Reynolds directed it. And pretty much the polar ice caps have melted. This is bad for him because he doesn't swim.
No, I am too dense to swim.
The polar ice caps melt, and the world gets flooded completely. So they're like on rafts the whole movie. And
Oh my God.
It's all flooded. If you don't know how to swim, you're dead.
That is terrible.
If you're Michael Phelps, you're fine. Phelps.
Michael Phipps.
Michael Finns,
Michael Finns.
you're fine.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how to swim like him, you're dead.
Yikes.
That one's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
And then Kevin Costner's hair is like this.
Majestic.
Yeah.
Can we get a clip of that? All right.
Last one is curious, and I want to know if you would think of it as an apocalyptic world, is Dr. Strangelove, and How I Learned to Love the Bomb, because at the end of the movie, it's nuclear fallout.
It's true.
And that happens.
Yeah.
So
Okay. That's an
fallout.
interesting one. That's pretty bad too. That's
pretty
crappy.
bad.
Yeah. I was also thinking like dystopian type worlds.
Dystopian, yeah.
That could be bad. Dune, I would consider dystopian.
Dune's pretty bad.
But
yeah,
because Mad Max is dystopian.
That's bad.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd put it in a top 5, but it's pretty bad. It's definitely a top 10.
That's like, do you want the world to be dry or wet? Because it's either Mad Max or Waterworld.
Yeah, exactly. No in between.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Like,
Usually
in
wet's
Mad
better.
Max, in Mad Max, you want to be in the splash zone.
Yeah.
In Waterworld, you want land.
Yeah. You're tired of this one. Yeah, that's pretty bad. All right. Well, let's get down to the ranking portion, and maybe more will come to mind, because that's what happened last time.
Yeah, we were just thinking of stuff.
So what are we thinking top 5? Just off of the ones that we've already listed. Because we have like 8 out there right now. 7.
Planet of the Apes is pretty bad.
That is pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because majority of humans died.
It's true. Because when they saw the humans. And we're talking OG Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Well, even the new ones.
Even the new ones, because it's like the
making of
prequel to the original movie, where it's like they had the sickness that wiped out majority of everybody.
Yep.
And then
just those costumes are apocalyptic.
Yeah. And then the sickness mutated.
It did.
And then people started to turn stupid. So it had the reverse effect on the humans, and then they wound up just dying anyways from it. So it was double sickness.
That is really bad.
It's bad.
What a terrible way to go.
That's bad.
Yeah.
I Am Legend is also pretty bad.
The only redeeming factor for I Am Legend, they can only come out at night.
Yeah.
Because they're vampires. They're not zombies. Fun fact, they're vampires. They're never once zombies.
Yeah.
Never talked about as zombies, ever.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
They're vampires.
They don't like sunlight. Only come out at nighttime.
Yeah.
They can come inside without having you to let them inside, though.
Yes.
They just break right in.
So they're worse than Twilight
Worse
vampires.
zombies. Yeah. Well, if you're into that stuff, man.
Yeah. I don't know. Werewolves or vampires? Anyways.
Do you like mannequins?
That's the real question here. Do you like mannequins? But World War Z,
That's bad.
that's pretty bad.
But then,
But
if
ends
you're
with
just
a cure.
if you're just sick,
That's true.
then they don't bite you.
Yeah.
So if you have AIDS,
But
you're safe.
is sick of the mind count? Because, you know, I'm pretty much...
Probably not. I think it has to be like some kind of viral, bacterial.
That's terrible.
If you got dysentery, you're good.
Good?
You're good.
You have enough on your plate.
In and out.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's livable if you
and
just
they-
stay sick.
Didn't they find the cure at the end?
Yeah.
So it was like an overnight thing.
The cure
it was
is
a
being
fad.
sick, where they purposely make you sick, but it's a curable sickness. But
Yeah.
the zombies won't bite you.
Yeah.
You turn
So you're
invisible.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's lower on the list in my opinion. 'Cause
You know what? And now that
They may be
it's
fast.
doable.
They may be fast, but if you have like a
Crazy
sore
fast.
throat, you're good.
Yeah. You would have been fine.
You're good.
Interesting. All right. Well, you know what? Let's move that one maybe out.
Yeah, it's not bad. There's another zombie movie that I forget which one it is.
Shaun of the Dead. What do they mean it's in the air? A lung. I would totally see that movie.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Matrix.
Yeah. That's apocalyptic. Because they're all in the Matrix.
Yeah.
They're being...
That's bad.
Fed off. That's
Your
terrible.
real body is just a battery.
That is terrible, actually.
That-
But you wouldn't know.
Yeah, but then if you know, you know, and there's no going back from knowing.
Unless you have the other pill. There's a
Whatever.
choice. Maybe. That would, there's two things there. Because if you know, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, then you're like
But
it's.
we know, as the third party in this situation,
That's true.
we know that it's bad.
Birds.
Birds.
That I don't know why that came
Sharknado.
right into it. Sharknado. Oh my gosh. That's pretty bad. Have you seen some of those deaths?
Guys.
This is getting off the rails again. So Planet of the Apes, I think we just agree, is somewhere in the top 5.
Yeah, that's bad.
What are we thinking about Day After Tomorrow?
It's not as bad as Waterworld or Mad Max.
It's cold, heat, and water. Those are like the 3 things that we're trying to figure out what is worse. I guess with the cold, you could just warm up.
Yeah. Yeah, but with Day After Tomorrow, if you live north of the equator, you
That's
have a
true.
very low chance of surviving.
Yeah.
But if you just move to the equator and or slightly south of the equator, you're fine.
You're fine. That's true. But for the people in the Northeast,
You could be screwed. But the movie did take place in New York, and there were survivors.
they had to burn a
They
lot
had
of
to
books.
burn books.
But they did it.
Yeah.
They did it.
And if you got books, you're safe.
Knowledge is power. Anyway. That's true. There is an easy way out.
Waterworld.
What?
You're dead.
Essentially, because there is no way to go.
And then Mad Max, if you don't have water, you're dead.
Yeah, but with Mad Max, it's not just a vast ocean. There's like tribes and people you can go to and stuff.
That's
like
true.
it's so the survival. I'm thinking survivability,
Yeah.
right? Out of the 3 we just mentioned that had to do with the elements, Waterworld is pretty crappy, and I think that takes the cake out of the 3.
Yeah. Life of Pi.
Yes, Richard
everywhere.
Parker. Yes, everywhere. No escape.
Life of Pi, but everywhere.
No one saying land ho.
Yeah.
Okay,
Waterworld's
so Waterworld, I think we're gonna pick out of that
Waterworld.
group in
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
And we're gonna
Waterworld's
place
bad.
it right here.
Kevin Costner.
It's home now. It's home now. So we have Planet of the Apes, Waterworld.
I imagine.
I Am Legend's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But they found the cure at the end.
That's true. But you don't get to see what happens.
That's also true.
Because there's a survivors
what if they
colony.
tripped and it fell
Yeah.
and it exploded and then there was no more colony? It was actually a nuclear reactor that he made.
Yeah.
And it was just wasteland.
Yeah.
You don't know what happened. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. I don't know.
Nope.
We don't know. No one
And then,
knows.
why were the vampires mad, really, in I Am Legend? Was it because he took his girlfriend, and that was the only reason why?
Yeah, right. They had feelings.
Yeah, they had feelings.
Why can't we just be friends?
It's like they got smarter progressively.
Yeah.
So they probably became very tame if you just treated them nicely.
Yeah. Like,
Sure,
they were
you
just
could
chill.
get infected, but
You
if you
just-
like,
You just took homeboy's girl,
yeah,
and he was a little mad.
yeah,
Who wouldn't be?
right? Like it started off bad because they didn't
No
get
one knew.
smart.
Yeah. They were just stupid.
Yeah, they were just biting anybody.
Yeah.
And the infection rate was pretty quick too. Like as soon
Fast.
as you got bit, you were kind of
Over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was raps,
Yeah.
and it was airborne.
It was. Which
was airborne.
Yeah. That's pretty deadly.
As soon as it gets airborne, it's kind of like
So yeah.
they may have gotten smart, but it's still bad.
It is bad.
It's bad.
Yeah, we'll throw that in. That could be maybe 4.
What's your opinion on Doctor Strangelove?
I do like that.
Nuclear apocalypse.
I do like that. Because it doesn't start with it,
No.
but you know what's happening
Yeah.
afterwards.
You don't see it. You know, once that bomb lands,
Yeah.
then you have Russia's suicide contingency
Yeah,
where it
yeah.
just sends off all of their
Yeah.
bombs. If you're a third world country, you're safe.
Yeah, because you're not targeted.
Yeah.
You're not in the target zone.
So it's kind of
But nuclear winter,
nuclear winter.
that's pretty
It's
bad.
in the forecast.
That's pretty bad. Forecast, nuclear winter.
Yep.
Yeah, that might have to be. Surprisingly, out of left field, Doctor Strangelove. Yep, right in there. Yeah.
Kubrick again.
Yeah, right. We always come back to Kubi. Oh man. All right. No, okay. We'll keep that one. So we have 3. Doctor Strangelove, Planet of the Apes. Not in any order, by the way.
No.
And what is it? Planet Water? Water Planet?
Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Yeah.
I was close.
Those 3.
Those 3 right now. So we need 2 more. We've debunked so many. Just chatting about it. It's like World War Z, bad at the start, but really not that bad.
Yeah. If you're just sick.
Yeah. Day after
Start licking
tomorrow,
doorknobs. Like,
not
if you
terrible.
have, if World War Z took place during COVID, everybody's fine.
Yeah, nobody's in danger.
You would have like 10
No one's in
infected
danger.
people.
Yeah.
Nothing would happen.
Yeah, no, that'd be shut down so fast. That's true, actually. Yeah, it's
true.
Yeah. See, all right.
COVID
Get
worse
World
than
War
World
Z
War
out of
Z.
there. Yeah, right. What? Title?
Give it the thumbnail.
Oh my goodness. Wait, but what other ones do we say? We've debunked Mad Max.
A little bit. That's
A
still
little
bad.
bit. It's still bad.
That's still
It's still
bad.
bad. It's still bad.
Like there's still a very small
I
portion
think-
of the population
I
that's
think
alive.
if iRobot succeeded,
That would have been bad.
that would have been bad.
Yeah, crisis averted on that one.
Yeah, that would have been a cool one.
That would have been bad.
I want to see a version of that where it goes bad.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that was
It
Crisis
goes to the
averted.
Matrix.
The Matrix is
You know what? We might have to throw the Matrix in.
Matrix.
Just
bad.
off the assumption that you are aware you're in the Matrix.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
That's bad.
I mean, you saw what they did to Neo. They shaved him, put in that little cable.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Long cable too.
Yeah.
That's a long.
Yeah.
And then like
that's a
many
long
cables
cable.
connected on the
Ooh,
body.
Yeah. Not good.
Battery.
Not good. All right, we're gonna throw the Matrix in.
Better than a AAA though.
That's right.
Duracell? Nah. Neo.
Nope. Neo. Neo's the real bunny.
Got my boy hooked up.
Yeah. So, all right. So we'll throw the Matrix in there. I'm trying to
That's
think
bad.
of like maybe another dystopian film that could be cool, but Hunger Games, Maze Runner, all of those are dystopian style films.
Maze Runner's pretty bad because there
Maze
were also
Runner's garbage.
there were zombies in Maze Runner.
Yeah, Maze
with the
Runner's
solar
bad.
flare, whatever.
Ooh.
That also got pretty bad. It's like the people that were in the maze had a better life than people outside of the maze.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Maze Runner might be a good one.
Maze Runner out of way left field? I thought Dr. Strangelove was out of left field. Now we're getting into Maze Runner. Dora the Explorer. Hear me out.
Boots is crazy. Sniper's my friend. Or Swiper, not Sniper. He's swiping lives.
He lives in Vietnam.
Caillou is pretty dystopian. We might have the 5.
Yeah, somewhere in there. You
We
pick
might,
them.
yeah, right. We're not even gonna pick them.
Out of the 20 movies we've lifted.
We're just gonna leave it to you. Actually, you know what? Take the next 5 seconds to write your 5 in the comments below.
We have to make the Letterboxd list now.
Yeah.
So we do have to pick 5.
Yeah, I always attach that in the link below. All right, 5 seconds are up. You're gonna listen to ours now.
Yep. Whether
So-
you like it or not.
Exactly.
Toy Story.
All right. So do we start at 5? Do we go to 5 to 1?
We'll start at 5.
5.
What's the bad but kind of survivable?
Well, Planet of the Apes is definitely not. There's no humans at all.
Yeah.
Maybe Matrix or Maze Runner.
Matrix or Maze Runner? Those are bad. Yeah, Matrix or Maze Runner.
Yeah, I would say that's got to be 5 or 4.
Interchangeable right now.
Right now, yeah, interchangeable. So 5 and 4. It's Matrix and Maze Runner, somewhere in there.
Or Doctor Strangelove.
I was gonna say that could be 3. Because that's a nuclear fallout, just a winter
That's true. That's bad.
like unless you're living in a cave,
That could be number 3.
that's
Which
really bad.
that's what they said, is that they would have the select people living in caves.
Yeah.
But they didn't get any prep time.
No.
That
no,
was-
so there's no.
yeah.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
at least the other 2, there's a chance.
Yeah.
With that one, you really don't know if
Yeah.
there's a chance.
Yeah.
So for us ordinary folk, we're dead. So I would put that as 3.
Yeah.
I put that as 3. And then Waterworld at least still has humans.
Yeah, but like barely.
Yeah, because it's just whoever had a boat.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Where are you gonna get food?
Fishing. Wait, so out of the 2 though, what are we picking as number 2 and 1?
That's bad. Waterworld 2?
Yeah, I'd probably put Waterworld 2. And then Planet of the Apes is 1.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Those damn dirty apes.
Damn dirty.
100 men versus 1 ape? Or 1 gorilla? In this story, the 100 men lose every time.
Yeah.
That's just how that goes.
That's raps.
Yeah. I think that's the list.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's our list.
Yeah.
Tell us what yours is.
Might as well. Let us know. Check out our official list on Letterboxd. Link down below.
Yep.
And in the comments, we want to see yours. So give us a heads up. What did we miss? Would you reorder anything that we said?
Yeah. Yeah. Just fill us in. Let us know.
Yeah. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Tune in for the next one every single Friday. I don't know what our next list is going to be. Neither do you, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Check it out, though. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Actually, between jazz and funk.
It's junk.